Let's do this. Rich Voss in studio. Rich is going to be at the Comedy Zone in Harrisburg, PA. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. 717-920-JOKE for tickets. Yeah. Highly recommend you see Rich Voss if you're in the Harrisburg area. Going to talk American Idol in a second, but Rich Voss just said something as he entered the studio. We want him to buy new stuff. This is an ongoing thing with Rich Voss. He's always looking for a deal. Oh, did you hear what the guys made for you?
What?
This will set it up perfectly. We're so frustrated that everything you got on you is somebody else's that you bought online. For the most part. You buy everyone else's used stuff that is still in good shape.
You think I was the first one to fuck Bonnie?
Oh, shit. All right, 1 for 1, brother. I'm keeping track today. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Don't say anything else right now.
She just does not deserve that. Wow.
And the boys put this together, so listen closely. And then it'll lead to what you just said to us coming into the studio.
On an all-new Jewish intervention.
Why are you always looking for a deal on everything?
That's what I do, okay? This is my friend.
Comedian and Jew Rich Voss is confronted about his frugal spending habits.
You never buy yourself nice stuff. The car's always 2 years old.
Nice other people's shit.
There's always something going on with you.
Will this once semi-famous comedian be saved by his more famous friends?
You got to go to this new website. Everything's on sale, like high-end shit.
See, it's always that. That's what bothers me.
You're wrong. You think you know everything about everything.
When was the last thing you actually bought something brand new and didn't go looking for a deal?
You don't get it.
Can the aging stand-up break the stereotype that Jews really are cheap?
There's no bartering. There's no, maybe a little, hey, do this, do that, take a couple.
You got a Dead Guy's Watch on you?
See this right here? See this shit right here?
Dead Guy's Watch.
Or is it simply too late?
It's too fucking late for him to change. Rich is what he is. He's gonna go to a fucking garage sale.
It's not the bargain, it's the fun of negotiating, man. It's not the bargain. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
I don't believe
it.
Find out on an all-new Jewish intervention.
See?
That's very funny.
And you're going to go right back to the garage sale. Just like they go right back to the drugs after that intervention usually.
It's the thing, like when I came in here, they smashed my other Rolex, so I wore this one. Then it just hit me. I bought this from Patrice and you guys.
Meaning us.
An emotional smashing. I thought it was a physical smashing.
No, emotional. Because last week when I was in here with Patrice, driving home, I had so many good comeback lines. And I really won that argument. When he was smashing my car, my dumb Boxster, I went online and I got the... what is not GPR? And what is it? The fucking of a car. The going price or whatever. Compared, is that our security guy?
I knew it would trip him up. I was trying to just point it out to Travis that Richard Dreyfuss has some kind of Dreyfuss initiative, seeks to further civil discourse, and I was just trying to point to Travis real quick to go like, check that out and see what it is.
Yeah.
And Rich just went right off the tracks. It was like when the fucking Roadrunner changes the train tracks and puts it into the fucking cliff.
No, I think it was kind of like when you try to host that pilot for Comedy Central and you were thrown out of your game. I think it was kind of like that, where you sat up there at comics and you were doing your thing and you stuttered your way through the.
Why so hurtful?
Did I stutter?
So hurtful? Okay, how fucking horrible you guys are.
Wow.
Anytime a camera comes in front of your fucking faces.
Wow.
Someone prepared for his appearance today. All right, I'm fucking rolling up my sleeves, motherfucker. I didn't know we were going down that road.
Jesus
Roll up those sleeves. It's going to get up.
Rich, there is one difference. We were offered and begged to do that pilot. How many failed pilots have you presented to these
4.
motherfuckers?
No, I've had 4 failed my own.
We never knocked on the door saying, we have a pilot. They come to us and go, could you please do this?
Listen to me, Timmy Temperamental, okay? Was this lingering inside? Hey, did I really fail it? Nobody gives a fuck about you and your dumb pilot, okay?
Wait.
They came to you? Really? How do you know that you weren't the 8th pick that they came to?
Could have been the 15th.
I think it was 12th.
You know, that was such a shitty
Idea.
idea that we probably were the 8th people they came to. But they did beg us, and we knew we were in deep trouble early on because they didn't even have a concept for the
No,
show.
I know. Listen,
They
I'm
were
just
making it up as it went along. It was horrid.
That's how I am doing this right now. That it just hit me. No one knows. All they know is that you guys failed at the pilot, and you fucked me up because I would have been in it. Thanks a lot.
I don't.
Well,
you know,
No, it wasn't your
Oh,
fault.
that was awful.
honestly, I don't think that one was. There
No.
were other ones that certainly was our fault, but that one was such a disaster
just awful.
idea from the beginning.
it
there was
couldn't have been any
nothing.
worse than the Lifetime pilot we did. I brought it in here. You guys have it somewhere.
Really?
Why aren't we playing clips with that? Of
Lifetime.
that, with you and Bonnie in studio.
Well, you would need about 3 other comics
We're
to
doing-
smash us all the way through.
Dude, we're doing most embarrassing tape.
This
Day.
is
We did it yesterday. We're
yeah.
doing it next
Next
week. Maybe
week.
you come back with that tape and Bonnie.
No, next week I'm going to Florida. I
Well,
can
then
do it the
fuck
weekend.
you. Now
I'm
what-
sorry. I'm going to
Why
cancel.
Bonnie? So she could just show Rich, show her wedding video.
Oh, see.
Oh, look
See,
at that.
most embarrassing
Oh,
tape.
really?
Get
She came to me.
Rich. So why did you switch out watches?
Because I'm thinking, well, they're not going to, no one could smash this one this time. Then I realized I just bought this one from a friend, too.
Oh, so that one's another
And,
second hand.
And at
But I
least
put a
second
new,
wrist.
bezel on it.
Oh, new bezel.
stupid bezels.
I hate the bezel.
So you
The
walk
word
in.
bezel.
You walk in the studio during the break and said, "I actually walked into an Apple store because we told you
Yeah.
you need an iPad. They're wonderful. I got one
Yeah.
right in front of me. I can't get enough of this
I
damn thing.
walked in.
It's perfect for radio.
I had $1,000 cash in my pocket.
And,
even though,
and just to set it up, you were going to buy a used iPad.
yeah,
I'm like,
to
why?
practice on.
I'm like, why buy a used iPad? Why don't you go treat yourself? You work really hard. You travel all over the fucking country, slaving away in these awful comedy clubs with these awful owners. Like, fucking treat yourself and get a brand new iPad.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a shot at you, by the way. It happens to all you guys.
No, but it
There's
happens
horrible
worse to me.
fucking comedy club owners out there. Horrible,
Fucking
horrible
worse.
people. And so you decided to go into the Apple store
Yes.
and maybe
I-
get yourself a brand new iPad. And then what happened?
Well, first I went and took. I had Canadian money at home that I went and invested. I thought, like my fucking. Someone said that the whole economy is going to collapse.
So you put your money in Canadian money?
Canadian money. I figured.
Wow.
Yeah, well, because here's my thought.
Yeah.
That maybe we floop the coop and
You what?
floop.
Floop the coop?
What is
Let's
it?
floop the coop.
Floop the coop?
What is
I
it?
need that on a shirt. Floop the coop.
What is it? Floop. Whatever. We scram.
Yeah.
And when everything gets bad, and we'll go up to Canada because Bonnie's from Canada, then I'd have Canadian money, right? So I fucking, if everything fails, the bags,
You
so
think if everything fails, Canada's going to be the stable nation?
they're doing okay. All the oil up there, they're not
Because
doing
we're
bad.
down here. If anything happened to the United States, Canada would crumble in a second. Dollars
Well,
are shit. I realize that, but if the dollar craps out, believe me, that Canadian money with the hockey players on the back of it is going next.
why we're not buying a lot of oil from them. I mean, they got tons of oil in fucking Alberta.
Do they?
Why
What?
the iPad?
So I went and exchanged some
Canada?
Canadian. I cashed in some Canadian money at TravelX.
See, why
right,
can't
I
you
worked
just
out a good
fucking
deal.
go there
I
with a
worked out a
credit-
good deal with TravelX.
How do you work out a good deal? Is it exchange rate?
No, they give me a good deal because I had a lot of Canadian money, so I go in there a lot.
What did you say? Give me more than this money's worth in American?
Because they make so much. They make a profit. I cut their profit out.
their commission. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Anthony,
The
did you
commission.
hear this, though?
Yeah.
He had to make a deal with his Canadian
He's
money
laundering money to
before
get his
he
fucking
goes to the
shit.
Apple store.
It's
Everything's a
amazing.
deal with you.
It's
Once
always
again,
a
it's
deal.
always a deal.
I know, and they
Why
won't-
not just walk in there with a credit card and go, I need a brand new iPad?
Oh,
I could do that.
No, you
So I
can't,
walked
obviously.
in there. I walked in
All right,
there,
you walked in.
and I started looking at it, and
Yeah.
I started doing it, and I got an anxiety attack. Right?
Because you're not used to
would you look
doing
at the
that.
price and like
No, I said-
retail?
It's not. Well, it's not money. It's not about money with me. Okay. It's
the art of the deal.
I'm very fucking frugalist. All right. So. So.
You're what?
Oh my god!
So I was fucking with it,
You're
Oh, my God.
Frugalist or frugal, whatever the fucking word. It's early still. Frugalist.
Is this before you
There's two
floop
things.
the coop?
There's frivolous, which means you spend a lot.
Yeah, that's
or
it.
frugal, which means you don't. You combine the word to make it somebody who just spends money normally.
You just made it into a wash.
Yeah, that's a wash.
It was a wash.
It's an even break.
Right.
It's right here.
So then I went in there. Then I went down to the AT&T store, asked some questions. Went over to Verizon, asked some questions. Went back to Apple.
Well, it's exhausting.
What are you,
I
Chris
know.
Hansen?
What is it?
The guy's doing the interview. He's interviewing
He's doing an
people.
expose just to buy an iPad.
And then I went home. I couldn't
Did
handle
you
it.
set up a nice tray of cookies and what is it, lemonade?
Why don't you take a seat over there and tell me-
Verizon.
So you brought an iPad with you. Right. I see. Can you actually talk about sex on it? Can you punch up pictures of nude girl?
So after you did all your fucking exhausting research, what happened?
I went back home and I checked Craigslist for iPads. I swear to
Rich.
That's what you want.
But
I'm sure you could get a deal on Craigslist for an iPad.
nah, but I can't take that chance because there was a person that said cash only and we'll meet you, but you could get fucking robbed.
I hope you get an iPad from somebody that is just filled with kiddie porn and you have no fucking idea.
We have this.
And
We have the same wish.
and you're in a and they somehow get your iPad. And you do 25 to 50.
Oh, yeah.
At Sing Sing.
There's some kind of stash your photos thing here with a password I can't get into. Opening up this fucking 8-year-olds doing horrible things. Rich Voss goes to jail.
You're not going to be able to floop that coop.
No, there's no
so-
flooping that one.
And then
So you had an anxiety.
We'll wait for the new one. Get Wi-Fi, get fucking 3G, get 6, this megabytes, that megabytes. What
Get
the
6H.
fuck?
Yeah.
You know, it's
6H
so many
better than
different.
4G.
Then you have an iPhone. You're going, well, I have the iPhone. What's the difference of having an iPad? You know,
Well, big
keyboard.
difference, yes.
Yeah,
Too
you
much
know,
thinking, Rich. You
it's
just go
yeah.
into the Apple store and you ask a few questions and you treat yourself. It's called treating yourself.
So
Sure,
do you- and then-
you could get a better deal somewhere else.
No,
and
I
you-
don't care about the deal. Then I go, do I get it at the Apple store or do I get it at Best Buy? You know, what the
Well,
fuck?
why do you have to worry about that part?
He's all over. He burnt $100 in gas.
Yeah, just doing all your
driving
research.
around. The price of gas is like $4 a gallon.
Right.
You're driving around like a madman trying to. I don't even know what you're trying to looking for. You're saying you're not
First
looking
of
for a
all,
deal.
I live
You're
in,
saying you're not
I
looking
live,
for a deal.
I live by the mall and Best Buy. I don't live in fucking North. I didn't have to drive to Mount Pilot into town.
But you still don't have an iPad
Yes.
after all this
Yes.
research.
Well, now I did the research.
What are you going to do?
Man, I
You're
just
buying
don't
one?
fucking know. I'll buy one, but I just
Everyone's got one now. You gotta get one.
you know,
Be like-
and
be like everyone
I
else.
want to do this Netflix thing because I heard you could send it right to your iPhone and your fucking computer. You know,
Netflix
yeah.
or Flicks. There's an X there, but
So whatever. You know
But
what I'm
whatever.
saying?
I know what
it's
you're saying.
so much. You like,
and then you get Apple
you're so-
TV and you send it right to your television set from
That's just
from
more
your
shit in your house to have more bills.
bills. No, it's easy.
It's little bills.
No, you just
You,
pay it.
you can afford little bills.
Yeah, but you see, you
you just buy the unit and then it's fine. You, don't
know
have
how to
pay.
do all the shit because you know it's good. You sit at home and you work. Your
all I
computer.
do. I
you're
lock
fucking
myself in my
great
house.
at it. You know, I've been into your studio. You got to fucking. You know, it's like walking into fucking NASA.
Oh, I
you
love
know?
it.
But
Yes.
he didn't have to try to make a deal. He just went for it because it's something he likes doing.
Yeah,
Not everything has to be a deal. That's what we try to tell you.
It's nice to get a deal every so
Yeah,
often. But
I'm not saying
everything
you
has to
shouldn't
be
do
a-
that, but not
But with
every
you, it seems
everything.
like it seems like you have done without things that you really wanted because you couldn't figure out some deal or some angle.
I know. I'm going to Florida Monday.
no.
I'm playing Monday through Thursday. I just wanted to go play golf.
Yeah.
but I don't want. So I booked 2 one-nighters down there to pay for the trip because I love doing comedy. And
Oh, so you're going to work
Tuesday,
during your relaxed time. Why can't you just relax?
because I can't say to my wife who has a 3-year-old, "Hey, guess what? I'm going to Florida.
Why
Bye
not?
and play golf
Why
while
not?
you sit here."
She own you?
No, but it's just you don't fucking know. You're not married. The girls you are with it's like leaving a kid home. Okay, it's not, I'm leaving a wife and a kid. When you leave, all you got to do is say, "Don't turn the stove on."
Criticism taken.
It's kind of brilliant on his part though, because he is going to relax, but he figured out a way how to tell Bonnie.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
relaxing.
he's-
I'm working.
I'm working,
Yeah.
but
So
during the
that's kinda
day,
smart.
I'll be golfing.
Kind of smart.
Yeah, ain't bad.
All right,
I'm going to
Rich.
get the iPad. Next time you guys see me,
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
coming
go.
in with an iPad.
Because I want to see you with
And
an
Rich.
iPad. I want to see what apps he gets. I want to see how he uses it.
And you know how to
Be
wheel and
hysterical.
deal. So what you should do is just go get the iPad. Fuck, who cares if another one's coming out in April?
Yeah.
And then when that comes out, you go get the new iPad, and then you sell yours on Craigslist. Craigslist. So you will get money for it back.
I was going to say, Craigslist. We were selling our couch, and one person came over, this girl, to look at it. She walked in, she looked around, sat on the couch, and said, "Okay," and left. And I'm thinking, did she just case my house? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Telling a bunch of people
wait.
down there what's in it.
Yeah.
I tapped out for a second. Wait, you have people come over to your house?
One person, because we were selling the couch. You can't take the couch to
What? You're
CVS,
fuck that.
where
So now
I
you
buy
got-
them, do all my transactions.
Is that big, giant, old couch that somebody said they saw over your house?
Yeah.
But now
It's not old, it's Victorian.
she could have cased your joint.
Victorian.
Yeah, that's why I.
You're
I
a
won't do-
celebrity, and now you have strangers coming into your house to check out a shitty couch that
Yeah.
you're selling.
I'm not. First of all,
But
well,
that's
how
dumb.
else do you
First of all,
sell a
it's Victorian.
couch?
It's you.
When you sell a house,
You
people
find people and say, "Sell this
When you
couch
sell
for
a house,
me."
people come in, yeah, but you're leaving.
Right.
You're leaving the house.
And what did she do? She sat down on the couch to check it out,
yeah, sat down.
and then what
looked at-
happened?
She farted into it and left.
Got up, and left. And I saw her in the car. I saw her in the car, writing stuff down. I saw her writing stuff down.
Oh, that's
in the car.
good.
Oh,
you think she
shit.
was writing about the couch or what it
No.
might have in your house?
Yeah, that's why I won't do that shit anymore.
Valuables.
That's dumb.
I
Even
know.
when I had no money, I didn't do that shit.
Because it wasn't Craigslist then.
I just threw my shit out
Yeah,
on the
I
curb
just-
and
although-
hoped it found a happy home.
Although I had duct tape on my couch by the time it was
Yeah.
throwaway time, duct tape the fucking arm because it's ripped and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided not to
Trash.
get a new one because the kid just spilled shit all on it.
Oh, so you're going to wait until the kid's 18 and then get a new couch?
Yeah.
What are you going to sit on?
He's right, man. I'm not buying anything
Is your
new anytime
furniture
soon.
just fucked up? Is that what
Oh,
happens?
shit.
Travis, yours too?
There's snot on everything in my house.
Oh,
Yeah, me-
God.
You know when you
so
talk-
what did the baby do?
Thank you, Rich. Thank you. When you talked about the booger couch, I understand now.
Really?
My kid has put snot on, I think, every single surface in my house.
Kids,
Everything.
God.
There's snot on this shirt somewhere, I'm sure.
I was watching my kid just pick her nose like she was Opie behind a microphone, like it was
I don't do it as much.
okay. But kids are, it's like nothing anyway.
they'll
They
just shove their
start-
finger in their
and
nose,
she
yeah.
comes out with these ginders that are so fucking big. Right? And they don't know that you're not supposed to wipe them. So it's just
Well, they got to get it off their finger, so the nearest thing, they just wipe it on.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it?
But
Yeah,
the
no
other night,
problem.
I'm fucking old. My kid, see, you guys, wait till your kids are like 3 years. Like, all my daughter wants to do is play fuck. Let's play this, play that, play this. So the other night, I'm in a room. I'm fucking so tired. She goes, play with me, play with me. I go, I got a great game. So what I did is, because I play my games, I sit down, I can't move. I go, you do this. I have her run in front of it, and I throw a ball at her and try to, So the game I invented the other night, I couldn't move. I was so tired. I go, okay, I'm going to lay down, and I put all these little things on me. I go, you're the mouse, and you got to sneak in and take the cheese off of my body. And I'm laying
It sounds like something you pay a prostitute for.
so
Anthony, you know what?
I'm laying on the floor, half asleep, and she's sneaking, taking toys off my stomach. And
Anthony,
You fell asleep.
but you have
It
no
is brilliant to go to sleep
Anthony,
like that.
I want to beat him up, but he is talking to every fucking father out there right now.
That is brilliant
My-
because you
my-
get to sleep and the whole game is to not wake you up.
yeah.
My kid is 8 months old, and he'll yell and scream if because he wants out of his area. We made this area with these fences and stuff.
Nice. You set up a concentration camp. But it's great. There's little guard towers.
When we were growing up, it was a dumb crib, but now they got great shit that you can build fortresses and say, okay, this is a safe area.
Yeah.
If the kid's in here, he's not going to kill himself today.
My brother had that.
For some reason, that's all kids want to do is kill themselves, and it's your job to make sure they don't kill themselves. I wish someone would have taught me this before I became a father. That's your whole job, to make sure he doesn't die.
That's true.
During the
It's true.
day. It's ridiculous. So he starts whining because he doesn't want to be in there anymore. So you go in his safe area and you invent shit.
Yeah.
To keep him preoccupied. And most of the time it's me in there sleeping on a pillow and let him climb all over you because in his crazy mind, that's some kind of game.
He's the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids, when they were young, my older daughters, when they used to come to my house, I was so...
Who's the fat fucking Jets cheerleader? How did she get on the team? How did she get on the flight crew?
Where's the fat one?
That's the flight crew. Wait a minute.
That one right there
In the front?
In the front,
Front and center
she's
is
too
a little
fat to be
chunky.
part of the flight crew.
She's for the black players.
You're
I
probably
hear ya.
right. Yeah,
I
look at
hear
that.
ya.
She looks like
She goes, oh, she's
Latina.
healthy.
Latina.
Yeah, she's a little too healthy to be part of the flight crew. It's all about the Jets. They're
This is
they're
the
having a
news.
big pep rally in Times Square
This
today.
is the news.
5:30.
You know, having fucking cheerleaders on the news.
That's brilliant, though, inventing games to keep your kid occupied.
I used to do with my two daughters. I made a game that, you run into your room. Whoever can clean up the most things by the time I count to 25. And one would run in and come back and go, I cleaned 6 things. I go, okay, you go. And they would clean the room like that. And it was a game.
That doesn't work for long from what I hear.
No, that's
I hear
stopped.
like the cleanup game
Yeah.
works for a very short time, and then the kid's onto it. It's like, fuck you.
But
I'm cleaning up here.
being a father, if you could get 5 minutes of peace, that's all that matters.
Is that
I'm
what
not
you-
going
is that
for
what
an
you're going
hour.
for? Just
5 minutes.
So there's the answer to your question.
And if that means-
why are you going to Florida and say you're working?
Right. And if that means letting him have at the Tupperware drawer, then fucking go for it, man. That'll give me 5 minutes to check my shit online.
When they're small, we were in a hotel one night, and I thank God I noticed it. She walked in and turned the gas on. We would have went to sleep. and that
Holy
little,
shit.
You know.
Oh, you would have went to sleep all right.
Yeah. And our little
The
dumb
eternal
2-year-old at
sleep.
the time. Thank you for killing us. Thanks.
As you're all walking
Thanks.
toward the light. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
great,
asshole.
great.
Do you think you got a deal on Priceline?
Right. You want to talk about American Idol? Or the Octomoms that don't baby tape?
A little, I guess Idol being new. This
Yeah, where's
whole
Sam?
fucking thing was yesterday. First.
Yeah, I want to know
first
about the
show.
new judges and
The
stuff.
first show.
you
I
got-
couldn't be bothered.
You got rid of the guy that was the reason to watch the show, Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell
Very
is gone.
predictable, but he was worth watching. Now you got a bunch of guys that are way too nice. You got Ryan Seacrest, way too nice. You got Steven Tyler, way too fucking nice. You got J-Lo, way too fucking nice. And then I'm looking at the paper. They're trying to make Randy Jackson sort of the almost not nice guy.
They put Randy in the head muckety muck seat.
Yeah, and he can't even be as mean as they probably want him to.
No, you need
So
the
his-
mean English guy.
They had meters in the paper today.
Really?
Steven Tyler way on the nice side, J-Lo way on the nice side, and then Randy sort of.
You know why? He's the seasoned vet. He's been
Right.
there. He knows the deal. Jesus, please.
What do you got, Sam, on
Fail.
this American Idol?
Steven Tyler wasn't as nice as they're letting on. He wasn't mean.
He's not going to ever be really mean.
He took a couple shots here and there. Like one guy sung poorly, and he said, "You just scared everybody in the room." And Vinny went,
Oh, that's crazy.
What's really funny, though, is because they're big stars now, the judges.
Yeah.
Every time either J-Lo or Steven Tyler makes a joke, you can hear every producer who's off camera going, ha, ha,
Oh, God. Yeah,
Really?
they have to.
yeah,
feed
just
the
cracking
ego.
up.
Hold on. We got a first-timer here. Edward in Tennessee. Edward, how are you, sir?
Edward.
Hey, what's going on, man? I just wanted to say I'm a first-time listener, man, and y'all are cooler than shit, dude.
What were you listening to before the Opie and Anthony show?
I was just listening to regular AM, FM radio, man. I'm an over-road truck driver, and I just got it turned on, dude. And like I said, man,
Over
y'all
the road.
cooler than shit.
God, this means we're going to have to do radio for another 5 years. We don't want you guys listening anymore.
Yeah, no new
Do you
listeners.
understand that? We don't want new
We
listeners.
want the old ones to just die off so
Right.
they could leave.
Right. Do you understand that?
I'm sure they will.
I don't want new listeners. I want the audience to slowly dwindle to nothing, and then I can go and enjoy
That's
a
when
few
we know
years of golf.
It's time to go.
Jesus. What's your first impression of the show? What are you liking about the Opie and Anthony show as a first timer?
Oh, man.
Welcome. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show, sir.
So, American Idol.
Oh, that's some old school. That was
Yeah.
Never gets old.
See, if he's a fan, he'll find out what the fuck that's all about.
Yeah, whatever. Sam, so Steven Tyler trying to be a little mean-spirited?
Yeah, I mean, J-Lo, she has a lot of trouble telling people that they are not going to Hollywood. She can't say no.
Oh, she's that one?
So
she's
sometimes-
Paula Abdul. She's got to be everyone's mommy.
Sometimes the dog has to come, Randy Jackson,
Yeah,
and say,
really? What did
Hit the
he
bricks.
do in music, by the way?
Randy Jackson,
Yeah, what did he do
play guitar for Journey.
when no one cared about Journey anymore?
Yeah, well,
No?
I mean, I don't.
That's
I
exactly
never.
what happened.
Yeah.
He got into Journey playing bass,
What?
and no one gave a shit about Journey at that point.
What years? What Journey years?
Oh, jeez. After
They already hit their
after their
destination.
success- With a mouthful of food, he fucking swings that one and hits the fence.
And I would almost bet a lot of money that one of their albums was called Destination.
Probably. It was always,
It was always something that had something to do with Journey.
journeying.
Journeying.
All of their albums, it was something departure.
Right.
What the fuck else was it?
Are they still doing well with this?
Escape,
Listen,
Frontiers.
There you go. Yeah. See, look at all the Journey titles.
Journey.
Look into the future.
Arrival.
That's a Journey.
Infinity, Arrival.
Oh, they have
finally
Arrival.
made it.
They have Departure.
We're leaving again, stopping for gas.
Escape.
I gotta take a piss.
I was speaking
Those
of
are the albums with Randy Jackson, by the
Speaking
way.
of fucking music, I was in the gym the other day. I was taking a piss, right? You know when you tap your dick? Well, Boston's song was on, More Than a Feeling, and it was like a guitar thing, and I was hitting my dick
Oh, really?
like
A
it was.
Boston song with the guitar thing?
And I was
That's
hitting,
crazy.
I was tapping my dick like I was playing guitar. I was going,
Oh, no.
I kept doing it.
Why?
Because I kept doing it. Because I was getting into the song as I was tapping my
Tapping your dick to
to
the
get the
song.
tinkle off.
It's been such a long time.
Dead. That guy's dead.
Randy Jackson did some bass and some, I guess, backup vocals, whatever, from 85 to 86, and then 86 to 87. So I guess there
So
was
he
some gap
wasn't even
there.
in Journey.
No.
Why does he brag about that shit?
The number one thing that Randy Jackson has done is he's been a judge on American Idol for 10 years.
Right.
That's his number
How's Journey
one
doing
credit.
with the Filipino guy?
Pretty good, I guess. They're still touring.
Still doing all right?
Yeah.
That ended the conversation. That's great. That's my job. That's wonderful.
Who wants to see a fucking Filipino lead singer?
You hear what he sounds like?
Sounds like
Besides,
Steve Perry, but
with a little bit of a lisp, which
Kinda
makes it
looks
fun
funny.
for everybody.
Oh,
looks a little
He
He
weird.
sounds
Starts
exactly like Perry, except he has a lisp.
with a lift.
oh, isn't
What's
Perry
that?
from Aerosmith?
Or he's got that going in his voice.
Something.
Isn't Perry from Aerosmith? He's from.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another
No, that's
Perry.
Tyler. That's Steve Tyler.
Right.
No, there is a Perry at Aerosmith.
Isn't
too.
there?
Yeah,
Joe Perry.
but it's not the same
He's
guy.
the guitar player.
All right, what the fuck? Half the name's right. 500% gets you into the Hall of Fame.
Listen for the.
This is
We haven't done this in a while.
this is a different guy. This isn't Steve Perry.
This is the new guy. He sounds just like Perry. You want to beat up this kid, but he sounds just like.
It really is fucking ridiculous.
I would so see this.
I mean, if you're into
Most bands, when they
Journey,
change out the lead singer, I don't want to see him anymore. But I would so
No.
go to this show.
and from a
happened to the-
distance,
What
as
is
long
it,
as you can't see his
Arnell?
eyes.
Arnell Pineda, something like that.
What happened to their
Whatever,
lead
your guess is as
singer?
good as mine.
Yeah, huh?
What happened to their lead singer?
He was an asshole.
He was an
Asshole.
He was an asshole, and then Journey goes, "Oh, really? Well, there's this kid in the Philippines that sounds exactly like you. Go fuck yourself. We're bringing him in. We're paying him minimum wage, and we're going to sell out arenas." And that's what they did.
And didn't they re-record some of the old tracks to
Yes.
put out as
Yeah.
greatest hits so that they didn't have to pay Steve
They didn't
Perry?
have-
They got a greatest hits with this guy in lead vocals, and no one gives a crap. They're buying it.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
That's the story of Journey.
Oh, man, that's
and
got
how
to be
they
really tough on the lead singer.
and
Boy.
they reinvented themselves. Look, they're in Chile. They're probably playing in front of 100,000 people.
Chile.
Look at how many people are there. That might be 100,000.
I played at Woodstock.
Oh, yeah, so did I.
I know.
hosted it.
I hosted it.
I hosted it 3 days. Which time?
Third stage.
No, I was on the second, and I was offered to do the main, but I didn't want things thrown at me. Okay,
You didn't want doo-doo thrown at you.
they were throwing everything at
I know they
me.
were.
And then Papa were the host over on the main stage, and they go, "Do you want to do the?" No,
Fuck that.
fuck that.
shit. All right, listen, where are we? So Idol. Let's be honest with each other. How many numbers you think Steven Tyler's getting from the little girls?
I don't know, but this is the first season where they're allowing 15-year-olds.
Because
sing?
that's the deal Steven Tyler
Why
made with the American
haven't
Idol
I been
people.
watching?
It's brand new. You can watch tonight.
What? It's on every night?
It's on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the first 15-year-old ever to go to Hollywood.
This is like toddlers and tiaras.
That's right. They did a whole bit though about Steven Tyler flirting with the young girls,
Really?
like the whole
But
montage
that's not a bit.
of girls. Like
Steven
course it's
Tyler
not.
would take young pussy.
yeah.
So they make believe it's a bit. It's not a bit. Do you know anything about Steven Tyler?
He doesn't mind a 15 or 16-year-old.
Well, I don't know that because that's illegal. I have no idea, Sam. That's your.
I would hope
Well, he
not.
probably at least looks.
I mean, it's a television show. It's part of his job, right?
Yeah, he's
Judge.
gotta look.
He's got to judge.
Got to look at that nice fucking snare drum tight ass,
Aesthetics are important.
supple breasts.
Didn't they raise the age limit too on it?
I know it at least goes to 25. I don't know how much.
Oh, they had an
older.
age limit too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
They've always had the age limit.
I just thought they just kind of just avoided those people.
No.
So
they-
last night was asshole night.
No. It wasn't. It was Jersey. It was just the Jersey auditions.
But it was asshole night.
What do you mean?
asshole.
Well, early on, they focus on the idiots that have no business
They can't
trying out for
sing.
American Idol, and then the judges have to make believe like, "Whoa, hey, how did he get in our room?"
They make those wacky faces
They're
like,
"Whoa,
oh,
this
boy.
is crazy!" Like it's not set up ahead of time where they make sure they get a group of the idiots
Well,
and
that's
the
it.
assholes to bring in front of the judges.
That's the other thing that's wrong with this season because everybody knows when the audition started because now it's all over the news. There's auditions going on, and everybody knows when the new judges got signed up, and everybody knows that the auditions happened way before the new judges signed up, which means that there were no judges in New Jersey that day.
So when did that happen?
So they had the people audition in Jersey for producers and come back like a month and a half later when they had judges. They just got like 50 people. 40 of them were good and 10 of them sucked.
Producers, they
Right.
just performed in front of. Yeah,
Hey,
interns.
Two things before we move on. Someone is saying, Jacob, thank you, Jacob. He says, look up Dean Castronova. I know Dean Castronova. I've interviewed him a few times. He's the drummer in Journey. And this guy's saying he sounds even better than the Filipino new lead singer.
At doing Steve Perry?
Is that possible? This would be new knowledge.
Is it just easy to sing Steve Perry's?
I'm wondering now.
You better call your brother.
Yeah, really.
Dude, one of Anthony's
I know.
friends
Oh,
was
I
supposed
know.
to be Steve Perry.
Hugo.
Hugo.
What do you mean? He was supposed to be.
Hugo sounds maybe even better than the Filipino guy. And we know Hugo.
And looks exactly like Steve
Or
Perry.
Hugo?
Yeah, Hugo.
But spelled Hugo.
Valenti.
Yeah, he's a great singer.
And he auditioned and he got.
He's in it.
He's in a Journey cover band.
He's in a Journey cover band. And then years ago, Journey actually got in touch with him and said, we want you to.
It's like the movie Rockstar.
Yeah, only he said no.
Why did he say no?
Because he had another band at the time that was actually being promoted and shit and didn't want to leave. Valentine, remember that?
Oh, I interviewed Hugo when he was promoting Valentine.
Yeah.
This is way inside now.
I
I told the story, though. I was at BAB.
They were on the soundtrack of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
But I was at BAB. I'll tell the Hugo story again.
Yeah.
Hugo,
Big movie.
Hugo used to cut the grass at BAB. He told the
Really?
story on the air. And a week later, because all of a sudden his band hit, he's now in BAB being interviewed.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Topsy-turvy world of rock
But
and
he
roll.
goes, I was the landscaper for the BAB facility, whatever.
They got BAB got all their employees from maintenance.
I
Somehow.
know, exactly. Yeah.
And was doing the air
Oh, they got
conditioning.
the
Hey, we needed the-
Hugo
landscaper,
was
sheet
doing
metal
the
worker,
fucking
carpenter.
We need another host. Who's doing the hot tar?
Who's up on the roof?
See if he's got a talent.
Someone's up on the roof. Get him
No,
down here.
Voss, you're right. Let's say hi to Stryker. Stryker. It's been a while.
Yeah, hey, boy. Hey, you guys just missed the Vossism. Right as you queued up the Journey music, Voss said he was half right. He was 500%, and it would get him into the Hall of Fame.
He's half right. He was 500%.
Oh, 50%.
Because you got half the name right, and that's
Yeah.
good enough to be in the Hall of Fame. 500%.
Yeah.
500%.
Well, that's hitting 500.
Yeah,
If you're
if you're
1 for 2, you're
500.
500, so that's not wrong.
No, it's not
500%.
500%. So it means 500.5000.
So you're trying to
Yeah.
say you're
Half of
better than
one.
Ted Williams, and you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Is that the guy that just got arrested?
Yeah, that's the guy, Ted Williams.
Oh my God!
Great ball player, and what a voice.
Wow. So
No, he's dead.
everyone's saying that
Yeah.
Dean Castronova is unbelievable singing Journey. So why did they go and get the other guy?
Maybe they didn't want a drummer singing.
Yeah, you want
They should have had him sing, and they should have found a new drummer. A bunch of people are saying.
Really?
Now, is there tape of this guy singing
Oh, let me see.
Steve Perry songs?
Um,
You getting a thing?
oh, I guess Hugo's new band is Voyage.
Voyage.
See, Journey, Voyage. I guess I don't know. That's
Wait, is
that coming from Sister Dawn? Hi, Dawny.
Wait, is Voyage a Journey cover band?
I would think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he could have been in Journey.
I know.
So why does he turn down Journey to be in a Journey cover band?
Well, that was back in the day when he was with Valentine.
Definitely on the babysitter.
so the
stuff.
Valentine
Right.
thing
Don't
didn't
tell him on
hit.
the babysitter's death.
That's a good movie.
Didn't Valentine have success in Europe? It was one of those bands.
Who hasn't?
True.
Fucking Blotto did.
Good point.
I want to be a lifeguard. Huge in Europe.
I could even be a rock god in Europe.
Fucking the Hoff.
Never
Huge.
sang before, but I'm
Huge.
sure I throw something together and throw it in the Asian market. I'll be a fucking hero. I'm telling
Ready
you,
to
it's that
happen.
We
easy.
could start a band, the Round Eyes. Okay. Nothing on that one. That's what they call
okay.
us. That's what they call us, Round
You're,
Eyes.
now you're at 480%.
Uh-oh. Keep those Hall of Fame numbers up. Or you're not going to be on the ballot. You're not even going to be on the ballot by the end of the show.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to be like a Steve Garvey.
Ah, there it is. What's the guy's name? Let's pull
Dean,
him up.
we need to look up Dean Castronovo. Or is it Nova? I always forget.
Some from Journey. He's the drummer from Journey, and
Supposedly he sings better than the Filipino guy, but they decided to go with the Filipino guy. Maybe because he has the look. Dean Castronovo. Do we have video of him singing Journey? That's all we need to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dean Castronovo. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him, sir.
Never heard of him, sir.
All right, let's see.
Singing Mother Father. That's a
We need
it's not a
some-
hit,
Yeah.
but
Who's Crying Now will work, I guess.
there you go.
So here's the drummer.
Jesus Christ.
But the problem with the drummer being mic'd, you really hear the drums.
Yeah, a little problem there.
That's a little rough to hear. Is there another one up there?
Shit.
But yeah, the guy could do fucking Steve Perry too.
Yeah.
Steve Perry might be able to get a gig with Voyage now.
Voyage.
I'm great with that.
Oh my God, Hugo gets kicked out.
Right.
Hugo used to play drums and sing though back in the. in what
I
they
would
call
imagine that's really
the
tough.
day.
Steve Merchant is here. Fuck. All right, Sam. No, I mean fuck in a good way. But Sam, we're gonna have to do the American Idol thing tomorrow, I guess.
Okay.
We had some of the assholes singing.
Damn.
You know.
They went easy. Not very many assholes this time because the judges aren't as mean. So they can't show as many bad
Yeah,
auditions.
so they can't really. Yeah, because they'd be like, well, keep it up, keep trying, and maybe you'll. Instead of just that was horrible.
Yeah, a lot
It's
more
like, you're a piece
heartwarming
of shit.
stories.
How is Jennifer Lopez going to say you can't sing? Look who she's married to.
Well,
Can he sing? I don't know. He
he's a singer.
I'm only kidding. I don't even know him. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. In case you want me to open for you anyway, I'm sorry.
All right, we'll do American Idol tomorrow.
Okay.
With a bunch of the rejects. Rich Voss is on the show today, obviously doing very well, Rich.
Thank you.
You're doing terrific. Comedy Zone, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania this weekend. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. HarrisburgComedyZone.com, 717-920-JOKE, or Rich Voss on Twitter. You got the info on your Twitter?
It's on my
Did you just gulp as your answer?
it's on my Facebook, and I'll send it out on Twitter. I'll send it out. You mean
should.
information, but the
Although
luck-
Ant's not a fan of that, when you
Yeah.
comedians just promote shit.
but I do it in a funny way. I don't do it like the other guys.
Like I want something other than just plugs on Twitter by comedians.
All right.
Jimmy is a great example. Jimmy Norton, he will tweet funny shit and then he'll fucking, put a plug
plug
in.
his shit.
But some guys just plug it. It's like, oh, God, you're funny. You're a funny guy. You're wasting a tweet just plugging. Mrr. Doesn't make everybody go, oh, yeah, let me see that guy. It's like, oh, yeah, that's funny. I'll see that guy.
Next Tuesday, I'm in Boca at the Funky Buddha.
Funky Buddha in Boca?
Yeah, at Funky Buddha in Boca. So I'm
Chinese
going to tweet
place?
something funny
Is that
about
Robert
that.
Kelly's
You
place?
should.
Oh, that's
Damn.
Didn't know he was a comedy club owner.
Oh,
that was so hack. I got to slap myself.
no, that wasn't bad.
It was kind of hack. It was kind of hack.
Do you guys watch that show? I Should Be Dead.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes. Which one did you see? Did you see
Watch
the
it.
one yesterday with the girl in the Grand Canyon?
the Grand
That
Canyon.
dumb
What did she do?
fucking bitch. What an asshole.
I did the Grand Canyon. What'd she do wrong?
She everything.
Everything.
Did she hike
Everything.
down and back to the river? That was my mistake. I should be dead. I should be on that show.
3 weeks.
She was stuck
What
in
did
there
she
for
do?
3 weeks in the Grand Canyon with no food, water, and
How did you
exactly.
You can't get lost in the Grand Canyon,
No,
believe
no.
it or not. You really can't.
She did.
How?
She was
You just
trying
stay
to-
on the trail.
No, she went off trail.
Why you go
She
off trail?
drove way the fuck up to this place, this plateau in her car.
Right, okay.
Then she gets her backpack, which has a sleeping bag, water, food, all this stuff, and she's going to go to the Indian village. She started out late, so it was getting a little dark. So she's got to go to this Indian village to spend the night. And there's, resources there and people and shit. So she sets off with her and a little dog, and she gets to a crossroad, and the sign isn't very well marked there, and she goes, it's either right or left. She makes a right. The village was left.
Oh, boy.
So she goes right, and now she's walking kind of in the dark, so now she can't retrace her steps to get back to where she was.
Oh, boy.
She has to spend the night. She's crying. She's got a little dog with her.
I understand one night in the Grand Canyon. You could do
Well,
that.
one
Why
night you
3
can.
weeks? What happened where it turned into 3
Because
weeks?
she kept walking because she couldn't backtrack. She tried backtracking and got lost again. And then she's like, and here's the best part. She's like, woo, I'm exhausted. And I bet it's from carrying this backpack. So what I'm going to do is take my backpack off and just leave it on the ground
And keep
walking. And, there's food and water in there, but I got to run into somebody. She does that, and now she falls asleep, loses her place, can't get back to the backpack, can't find water. She found a trickly little thing of water, and finally what she would do is drink a lot of water, sit out for an hour, come back, drink more water, sit out in another direction for an hour, come back, drink more water. So she couldn't leave the water area.
But how'd she figure out how to get back to the water area?
I guess she really traced her steps,
Finally.
made sure.
Okay.
And then she finally finds an old vodka bottle. So she's like, now I could set off. She fills up the vodka bottle. She drinks out of it, puts it in her bag, and now she's going to climb up this little rock hill to get a better look at things. She's climbing up, clang, the bottle falls out of the bag and breaks. It's like, that has become the most important thing in your life, that bottle. You do anything to not break it.
Why put it at the top of your pocketbook? Why not bury it under
Bury it
everything?
under everything.
Really?
It was hanging out like a baguette in a French movie, in a grocery bag, like fucking lettuce top of
When that
fucking
would-
I'm
lettuce.
so annoyed.
When that water bottle broke, I go, die, bitch.
I go, yeah, just shut up. And then she finally, after 3 weeks, gives up. She goes, she's just going to go to sleep and not wake up in the sun. And then some Indians came and found her.
Yeah.
And,
See, if I was lost, I would give up right away because that's when they find you.
they always find a way to give up. So you're saying day one, hour
Day one, give up. And they'll
Just
find you.
Give up.
That crap of trying to find your way for
Yeah,
3 weeks, that never works.
Can I have that?
But as soon as you give up,
That is good. That's a good one.
you give up.
Give up right away.
You're going to take my fucking line?
I asked if I can have
That's
it.
it. You can only use it once on the radio show. You can
Will you
use it
make
for
me a ham and
20
cheese
years.
sandwich next time we
Yeah.
play golf?
Yeah.
All right. For a ham and cheese sandwich, I'll give you that one.
Because, hiking, people that go hiking, and I'm sure someone in this room does. I don't know who. Okay, I know who doesn't, but
Anthony
nothing.
hikes.
You hike?
And he
I
got
did
lost.
once.
What, from
I
upstairs
got lost.
to the fucking basement in your
Anthony
house?
Hey.
should be dead.
Nothing
work-
good.
yeah.
He's one of those should be
I know.
dead guys.
But nothing, huh?
I'm
He
huge.
got lost.
Where
Yeah,
you
I
hike?
got lost up in the woods, upstate New
Overnight.
York.
Yeah,
overnight.
nothing good comes out of hiking.
Nothing.
You never hear a good story.
No.
You never see a rainbow or get a 4-leaf clover.
Oh,
Nothing
double
fucking,
rainbow.
Yeah. What the fuck good comes out of hiking?
None.
Nothing.
I
Nothing.
Tragedy.
I like hiking.
Hate hiking.
I like being warm with
Melinda
nature.
made me hike, and then we
Less
get to the
assholes
top
in
of
the
the
woods.
hill, and she goes, "Oh, here's another way down. It's a different way down that we'll see different things." It's like, how about we take the same way down? No, I did this as a kid. Oh, really? Boom, we run down the side. We're just lost for all night long. It's pouring rain. I'm freezing. We're in the woods. I'm looking out at a fog bank. I got nothing.
Did your survival skills kick in?
None.
None, right?
My weird I was like, and I don't know how those fucking, those soccer players there in Alive.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I don't know how they lasted that long because I was looking at her
Other
just
soccer
going,
players.
Yeah, other soccer players. I was ready to just take a bite out of her calf. I was like, fuck this, I'm hungry.
Supposedly that's all you would need too. Just a little protein.
It
goes a long
Gets
way.
you through.
So
and it was raining. That's the only reason we lived because there was water. There was water from the rain.
Did you see, and I Should Be Dead, the guy's plane crashed with 2 other guys in the mountains. It's fucking in snow up to their heads, freezing. Okay, one guy's laying there with a broken leg, can't move. The other one's got a punctured everything, right? So he's got to go get help. It's freezing. He has no gloves, nothing. He's walking through freezing cold fucking water. He's hiking across. He can't make it. These guys are going to die. Somehow, it's frozen. He's walking through ice water. No gloves. I can't even walk to the garbage can in a snowstorm. I thought, you know what I mean? Who the fuck goes sleigh riding with a kid? Go fuck yourself. It's freezing. So somehow they are found. And the guy gets in a helicopter to go get it, and that crashes. He
crashed twice.
That means God wants you dead.
Just
Twice.
give it up.
Hey,
give it up.
And everyone's saying you got the name of the show wrong, but I think it should be called I Should Be Dead.
Yeah, what's it called?
I Shouldn't Be Alive.
Right. Yeah,
It should be
I Should Be Dead.
It should
You're
just
right.
be I Should Be Dead.
Yeah.
I Should Be Dead. Did you see the one with the guy in the ice that fell in the ice crevice? Him and his friend?
No, get the fuck.
They were tethered together. One guy falls in the ice crevice, and he's falling, but the weight of the guy on the end of the rope that's still up there is lowering him slowly down.
Right.
So he hits bottom of the crevice, but he was let down kind of slow because his buddy is trying to hold him back. His buddy then flops over the edge. No rope, no nothing to keep him from falls to his death.
Jesus.
So he's dead. Now the other guy, who's a rookie climber, has to ice pick and ice shoe his way out of this 80-foot deep crevice.
Holy.
It was
Anxiety,
sick.
right? A little anxiety action. Hey, we got to take a break because Steve Merchant's waiting to come on the show.
Yes, let's get him in. God
A
damn
forest
it.
ranger really fast. Kevin in New York.
Smith.
Kevin.
Yellow.
Morning, boys.
Yellow.
Real fast because we got to take a break. Yes.
Opie, you're a genius. That's the thing that everybody's got to do is just give up immediately. 'Cause we search for hours for people that are wandering around. If they sit down, we'll find you.
Yeah, it's always stay in one place.
Just give up immediately.
Give up right
'Cause you
away.
start wandering off way too far from where they're going to find you.
And if you're going to go hiking, bring matches or something. Start a fire. Bring something.
In the
A
pouring rain, I
flashlight.
was sitting there with like a rock and a stick,
My-
and I'm just going, this is useless.
And once again, when we were off the air, I treated my brother to a trip to the Grand Canyon because he is a big hiker. I said, let's do the ultimate hike. And he decided he needed to touch the Colorado River and back in one day, which they highly recommend you don't do. As you're going down the trail, there's signs everywhere. Don't fucking hike too far. Make sure you get out of here before the sun goes down. Long story short, we had to hike out of the Grand Canyon in the middle of the night. It was the scariest thing ever.
Does it get
Pretty dark, right?
Pretty fucking. And
Can't
you don't know
see
what's on the trail. You don't know if the rattlesnakes are
Fucking
coming out
snakes.
now because it's not as hot, and you hear the coyotes. It's fucking scary
fuck
as
that.
shit.
Fuck that. Does it get as cold at night in the desert as it does hot in the
We
day?
were so fucking hot from sweating
Yes.
our balls off all day that it was a relief, but I don't know if that was good or bad.
Yeah, it gets fucking pretty cold.
Yeah.
And then it gets blazing hot in the day.
We really got to take a break for Steve
Yes.
Merchant. Stay there. Steve Merchant next. A real funny, fucking talented, creative motherfucker. That's what we got next.
He's famous.
Thank you, Rich. That means a lot right now. What is he talking about?
Stern
We got
Break.
Stephen Merchant on the radio.
Yes. Stephen Merchant.
Hi.
How are you, Stephen?
I'm all right. How are you guys?
Great.
You're sitting
Are we
around-
on live now? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
And what are the rules? You can swear, can't you?
Yeah.
You could swear, you could do whatever you want.
Right.
I
This
think-
is this is why this is American freedom of speech that
Yeah,
they let you
it's-
guys on just to swear.
It's satellite speech,
I
freedom
see.
of speech. Regular radio, though, they're like, even if you say tit, they'll freak out.
Okay,
Which
right.
is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Oh, there you are swearing again.
Yeah,
Straight
there
away.
it is.
Well, is that what
See?
people tune in for? They want the swearing. They look forward to the swearing.
Early on, I think they were into
Right,
that.
yeah.
Now
It's like
I think it's just,
enough with the fucks. What do you got to say?
It's
to the
pretty much
fucks?
the way I just talk
Okay,
normally.
right.
Which is kind of freeing.
Did you have much
yeah.
of a career on regular radio?
Yeah, we had a
did
pretty
all
good
right.
run for a while.
Okay.
We fucked that up really well, and
We got-
we're exiled here now.
We had 3 over-the-top amazing firings.
Oh, I thought you were going to say fans.
No, that's true.
I think it was 3, right? We
Yeah,
told
yeah.
Boston the mayor was dead. That got us a firing. But it also got us
Right out.
a great promotion. We got to move to New York and do radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we fucked that up by having, allegedly, a couple have sex at St. Pat's Cathedral.
St. Patrick's Cathedral, they had sex in the church.
We've
and-
on the air.
yeah.
Well, Stephen, we figured our we figured our careers.
I
were-
might show off, guys. If I'm honest, this is not the sort of radio I'm into. I'm a classy guy.
I-
I
I-
work for the BBC.
I
Yeah.
could tell. I could tell.
Stephen, we figured our careers were going so well. Who needs to be successful? So we blew it up in one day. One fucking day.
So,
One day.
It happens.
as a guest on their show, they were gaining so much heat. They were in like 20 markets, and I was on all the time. I'm going, this is fucking great. I went and bought a Mercedes, and they got fired the next fucking day.
Yeah.
See, that's
There's
your
some kind of lesson there.
TV was
don't
calling.
depend on us.
TV was calling magazines. We were in a magazine every other week. Since then, nothing. Nothing after we
Now
blew
we
off.
just come in, we punch the clock,
and realize
Yeah,
and
you
realize
just fill it
that
up the hours before you die.
That's
well,
pretty much
sure.
it.
we realize we're on the downside of our careers. But
Yeah, we're on the down slope.
Good. Well, I'm glad to be here in the glory years.
Yeah,
the post-glory years.
some people you meet on the way up as you're on the way down.
Sure.
It's like watching people on the escalator.
Yeah.
When you're going down and they're coming up, you're just like, oh, hi. Congrats and have fun wherever you end up. I'm down to the basement.
We gave up trying to get to the point we were. We just gave up.
Yeah. For a while, we were just like, let's
We'll get
back
right
to
back there.
Syndicated nationally on regular terrestrial radio around the country. And you know what?
And how bitter are you?
Satellite.
A little bit.
Were you bitter?
Look at our faces.
Yeah.
I'd be bitter.
I'm 20 years old.
It really has taken its toll.
That old gag.
I'd be
I'm
bitter.
doing a lot of old gags today, man.
I would be bitter though if I didn't have it so well. See, it's been
life's okay for you?
It treated me well, so now I just feel kind of like.
What is it that gets you through the day? Booze?
Yeah,
drugs,
yeah,
hookers?
yeah. Wow,
Wow,
you
you
are
read
good.
the room
Yeah.
nicely.
You're like,
Yeah.
that I like booze, girls, and guns. Those are like my 3 and not even in that order.
I think it's in that order.
Is it
movies.
in that order?
I think it might be
And
in that order.
Holocaust movies? No, not quite.
Holocaust movies.
I'm not German.
No.
Schindler's List was pretty
No,
good.
you point and go,
Well,
ha ha.
Stephen, he's a fan of the
I like the era.
He's
I
a fan
like
of
the
the
whole era.
The Holocaust era?
No, not the Holocaust era as much as the 30s.
It gets a lot of bad
40s.
press,
It
but there
really
must have been
does.
some good stuff going on.
Something
But
had to have a laugh.
there's always sunshine after the rain. There must have been something.
There must have been something.
During that time, someone was having fun somewhere.
Two people must have had sex in a church somewhere.
Yes.
But it wasn't in an attic.
No, it was
I'm thinking-
a quiet time.
I'm thinking there's one guy that came home from work to find that his wife was no longer in the house and might have been a little happy. That's all I'm
about
saying.
it, you think?
But no one wants to talk about that side of these
Just these
horrific things
muddy
that happen.
jackboot prints on his floor, and kind of went like,
And when she's gone,
They
they
took
took her.
wow.
And then he had a fake cry and all, and then he escaped and went to some other country.
He got somewhere.
And got remarried.
There's a movie there. There's a Holocaust movie for you.
That is. Oh my God.
What a lovable character he'll be.
Lovable. Yeah.
Maybe Kevin James could play him.
Yeah.
Well, our tragedy is obviously, 9/11.
Yes.
You're trying to tell me now. There wasn't one guy that died that day was the biggest
that
piece
people
of
thought
shit.
was an asshole.
The biggest piece of
I
shit.
hated
And when
that
it
guy.
happened, they went, "Oh my God! Look, this is the luckiest day of my life."
Hey, Call in if you are that guy.
Yeah, if you're that guy or you knew. If you owed someone $100,000 that died that day.
By the way, if we did this break on regular radio or TV, fired.
Sure.
Because no one wants to talk in those terms.
Well, then rightly so.
Obviously,
It's offensive and
obviously it's
so morally repugnant.
Obviously,
so.
it was an over-the-top, horrific day for just about everybody. But I'm saying there was maybe a few people that said, "Wow, this
I was
like
in trouble
winning the lottery."
yesterday. Today, no trouble.
Right.
Instantly out of trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've watched the Ricky Gervais show, the animated podcast. Fucking hysterical.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
It is
Thank you.
so goddamn funny, man. And little round-headed shit.
Carl.
That and I'm sure because we've gotten asked from certain retards we have on our show, is that real? Is that guy real? That is. You can't fake that kind of stupidity.
I always think when people say is Carl real, they are the Carls of their group.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you can't. People say to you, "Do you write it?" You could not write.
No.
The stuff. He was talking about the pyramids. We showed him a picture of the pyramids because we've sent him on this show where he travels around the world.
Yeah, that was
and,
great.
and he looked at the pyramids and he said, "Bad design." Straight away went, "Bad design." He said the living room huge, bedrooms tiny. We had to point out it's a mausoleum. It's not a house. It's not a house, Carl. But you can't.
Design.
I don't think an intelligent comic can come up with that because you would never occur to you it was a house.
Right.
You know, if you know it's a crypt, you can't sort of unlearn that.
You're
know?
not gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna think of it as a house.
Right,
It's a crypt.
right, yeah.
Bad design. The pyramids, which have been
Bad
there
design.
for thousands
He was
of
furious
years.
because they were the Great Pyramids and the Great Wall of China. He said, "I'll be the judge of that." They're just the Wall of China. They're a pyramid. I'll decide if they're great. It's like he was annoyed at ancient Egypt for naming it that.
How did this start? Now, I know you guys had this great idea of making him famous.
Right.
Now, where did he originally come from? You guys just know him?
He comes from Manchester in the north of England, and Ricky and I used to host a radio show together, and then I think we got fired. Probably for something far less controversial than you guys, just for being
Sex
shit.
at the Abbey.
Right. Yeah. And then we had some success with The Office and stuff, so then they invited us back. And we returned like conquering heroes. They gave us the Saturday morning, graveyard slot.
I got to slow you down for 1 second because too many people going, "Who is Stephen Merchant?"
Come on.
You need to know who Stephen Merchant
Holy
is. He's
fuck.
Ricky Gervais's partner in crime. They've done a ton of stuff together.
Extras was
Extra.
so.
I'm just finally starting to get
It's
starting
so
to get into
fucking
extras,
good.
and I can't get enough of it. The British Office, obviously. This new show on HBO.
Yeah, this looks.
The radio show together, like you guys said.
Yeah, the podcast. I saw the season premiere a few days ago.
Oh, where he came up with
the movie idea.
Well, so for the people emailing in saying they don't know who the hell we are, I worked with Ricky for years, and then we started doing this radio show again. And Carl is this round-headed dude who was just here to press the buttons. I don't know which of these people in this room is your gimp, but
that's pretty much all.
and we just started asking him questions, and he just started answering with these answers that you just wouldn't expect, and just offering up stories, but offering up stories like, about some dude he knew who had a horse who kept in the house. But just like that was normal. That was a normal thing, Yeah, I knew a guy who had a horse in the house. Like we're supposed to go, okay, move on. And since then, Ricky has been keen to make him into a reluctant star, which he's definitely done.
Yeah.
We got to do that with
Ricky's laugh at Carl. It kills me too. He'll just laugh hysterical and then just go, "You're mad! You're mad!" It fucking kills me every time.
Well, the season premiere of the HBO show, I think, was when he had a meeting. He got invited to a meeting with some movie producers, and he told us this idea that he'd improvised on the spot, which he thought was inspired.
Oh my God!
And it was a movie starring Rebecca De Mornay, which, as I pointed out, would be great if it was 1985, and Clive Warren.
Clive Warren.
Who he meant Clive Owen, but Clive Warren was the star in his
And they wouldn't stop calling him Clive Warren the whole show. It was killing me. It's like, oh, you mean Clive Warren?
But he's extraordinary. But this show we did on HBO. And then we've done this other show, which is on the Science Channel, which is we sent him around the world against his will to see the 7 wonders of the world, and he absolutely hated it. He tried to buy his way out of it 3 times. He was like stranded in the jungle in the middle of nowhere, just phoning the producer saying, "I'll give the money back. Send me home."
It is great. He's a great. You can't even say character because it's really him.
Yeah.
And the animations look great too. I mean, it does add so much.
Got a nice
to
kind of
the
Hanna-Barbera.
Very old school to it, and adds so much to it.
But he comes up with ideas which he thinks are sensible ideas. He said, one time he just went, you know what would be good? See-through skin. Because then the doctors could just look through the skin, they could see what's going on in there. But then to him, like, that idea should then be applied. Scientists should just go, forget dealing with AIDS. Let's get the see-through skin
going. We got to figure
going.
this out immediately.
Well, his idea with the movie
Carl
with
says.
half the brain is classy. Whoever's listening, obviously, got to watch it. But just that you could take somebody else's half of the brain, because he heard that you could function with half a brain.
Mm-hmm.
So take someone else's half a brain that is either in a coma or dead or whatnot, and put it in your head, and that way you could kind of almost live with them vicariously through their other half of the brain. And then all kinds of drama happens. Lesbianism. It's just like it's so off the wall.
Kind of makes sense in a weird way.
It does. His stuff does it. It almost makes sense if you're completely insane.
Right.
Yeah. No, he does it. Sometimes there's something that gets through to you that you start to think, damn it, he's got a point there.
He might have
That's
something.
really distressing.
He might have something there.
Yeah.
Wow. So you just kind of found him and now sending
Exploit him.
sending
It's like
him
a cash cow.
around the world.
Yeah.
Which goddamn.
He hated it. Hated every moment. He hated
great idea.
India. He said of India, it's the worst place on the world.
On the world.
Couldn't find any redeeming value in India at all. He said of the Great Pyramids, it just looks like a game of Jenga that got out of hand.
I like when he's talking about Australia and how he hates Australia because there's so many deadly creatures there. And then his logic as to why there were so many deadly creatures was that a lot of these bugs and whatnot live under rocks. And since Australia's on the bottom of the earth, which is in essence just a giant rock, that they live under there.
Right.
And Ricky had to point out there is no up or down. It's all relative. And you couldn't really get that point
You
through
can't
to
get
him.
kind of like big concepts. Like for years we've tried to explain to him that idea that if you take an infinite number of monkeys, infinite number of typewriters, one of them eventually will type the complete works of Shakespeare. Just that's the nature of infinity. But he just starts saying, okay, have they read Shakespeare? No, they haven't read Shakespeare. It's totally random.
So this
To be or not to, does that count? No, it has to be the full sentence.
Sentence.
You really send the guy, and then you animated the show around him going around the world?
No, sorry, these are two different shows. We should make that clear. Yeah, one is a live-action show where he gets sent around the world.
He's Carl.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're looking at Kamar Carl.
You're looking at the American Carl
You
right
see,
here.
Stephen, you see that list of words? Those are all the words he has mispronounced on our radio show. We keep track, and we have about another 7 to add today alone. And he only does the show once a month.
No, every 2 weeks. But I kill on stage. Fucking kill on stage.
It's
but you know,
stand-up
they're all
comic,
they're real ticklers when it comes to wording and
Ticklers?
Ticklers?
Or sticklers.
Sticklers.
Say, perfect. There you go. This is what we deal with.
Been better. Put the ticklers up there on the list.
And what was that movie? What was that movie you saw recently?
I fucked that up.
Lost in.
Oh. Well, I said it wrong because I was in.
What'd
you're
you
trying
say?
to get
What'd you
everything
say?
in
What'd you
quick.
say? What'd you
So I
say?
said lost in translation, but it's
Translation.
Lost in translation.
It's translation.
Lost in Trans-Asian, which is a
Translation. But you know what? Sometimes you're talking fast. You got to get words in. You fuck up every now
What
and then.
about when
Of course.
he mixed up frugal with what was the other one, Danny?
Frodo?
He wanted to say
Frivol? No.
frivolous and frugal, which frivolous and frugal, two opposite things.
Sure.
So it came out frugalous.
It's early too,
Oh yeah.
That's why you should have flooped the coop, like you said.
Yeah, they floop the coup.
Oh, I hate these ticklers for detail.
Yes,
Listen,
exactly.
you guys want a 9/11 story?
What?
I just want to prove my point.
All right, why not?
Do you mind?
No, go for it.
All right. Let's say hi to Steve in Jersey. Now, this is obviously a very touchy subject. I understand that.
10
but with
fucking
every
years.
tragedy, there's somebody going, holy crap, this really helped out my situation. That's all I'm saying. With that, Steven, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Make a long story short.
By the way, enough time goes by, and like the Titanic, they'll make a fucking kiddie ride out of it. They put in the back yards at parties. You ever see that?
Let's just say my name is Steve, and let's just assume I'm from Jersey.
Okay.
I slept with my wife's sister. We got drunk one night. We slept together, and this was like in July. She proceeded to tell me about August the 20th that she was pregnant. She was also married, so she was trying to figure out how to tell her husband. I was trying to figure out how to tell my wife, and she died in the Trade Center tower, so nothing was ever said.
Well, lucky for you.
That's what I'm getting at.
And you thought this was a good idea to phone a radio station
Yes.
and tell people,
know.
it's been long enough now. My wife can deal with this information now. This is the way to break it to her. They're currently in the car and his wife is listening.
I'm sure he didn't want the person to die, but what I'm saying is it was a huge relief as far as the situation he was in.
Let's say my name is Steve and not disguise my voice at all.
Yeah, it was kind of emotional, but it was happy and it was sad too. At the same token.
Right. I'm sure there's worse stories than that, but that's sort of what I'm
That's
getting
pretty
at today.
bad.
That's an extraordinary story.
That's a
All
horror.
right. Thank you, Steve. Let's go to Steve in South Dakota. Steve.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, buddy. We got Stephen Merchant in studio.
Steven, on Extras, there was a line that you had when Ricky was in a play, and he introduced you to one of the midgets that was in the play. You walk up and you just go, Ricky introduced you, and you go, midget, and you shake his hand.
Yes, I remember. I remember.
Never in television, and then you proceed to go, where do you buy your clothes? From a baby store?
Baby store.
You live in a small house where I could be like a giant. I've had tears rolling down my face. One of the best 10 seconds on television ever.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
How does that relate to 9/11 stores?
No, we don't want a lot of those. I was just trying to make a little point today.
We,
I mean, that's a horrible area to go down.
We talked to Ricky about those shows, the shows that you've done, The Office and Extras, just a few episodes. And then you just decide to not do anymore.
Well, I should point out that in the UK, firstly, you don't have the big teams of writers like you do in the US. It's just me and Ricky making those shows. And we get bored quickly, we get tired quickly, we get sick of each other quickly. And also there's no sort of economic incentive to keep it going because it's not like you can kind of do enough and get syndicated. So you may as well call it quits and make something new.
Wow, really?
And also I think it's partly that impulse as well to just not burn out an idea, you know, and it gets to that later stage where, you know, I used to love Roseanne, but towards the end,
it was awful.
it kind of got, you know, tricky. And when, like, you know, John Goodman was clearly away making movies because it'd be like, where's Dad? He's working out of town for the next 5 weeks.
We talk about that all the time with all the sitcoms where they can't sign everybody, so you get like
they do the phone call. It's like, hey, Richie's calling from school. Hi.
And then you know, obviously,
and then contractual obligation. They have to do a split screen of him like in a studio somewhere. I'm having fun at college.
Yeah, and he's clearly got a different haircut and a beard that he's got for the next movie role.
He's holding the phone in the 50s, wearing a digital watch. Just doesn't give a shit.
Oh, that's so true.
Oh yeah.
I
love the idea that Henry Winkler never left. Like everyone, it seemed left that show, but Winkler was like, no,
end.
I am still here.
I'm sticking it
Still
out. I don't
going.
care. I'm 50 years old.
I'm
I'm going to be
a teenager.
The teen. I'm going to be the ruckus teenager.
Did you ever see the Happy Days episode? There's a couple that stick with me. One where he goes blind. Fonzie goes blind.
Yeah, and he had to put his motorcycle together.
Motorcycle back together while blind. I missed the beginning, so I don't know why he was blind or why the motorcycle was in different pieces. But there's also one where he solves racism in the Deep South. Do you remember that?
In the Deep South.
you remember this?
I remember the one where he solved racism or tried to solve racism when I think Styx was coming over to Richie's house for the party, and everybody at Arnold's didn't want to go to the party because there was a black guy at Richie's house. So Fonz told him, hey, y'all going to be there. And when Fonzie left, he expected everyone to be there, and they all went, I'm not going. And it was the first time, like, Arnold's turned against Fonzie.
Wow.
And didn't fucking listen to the Fonz.
And he did that in the deep shot. You can't even do that within yourself. And he had the whole sound.
Not my house.
But the one I saw was where some friend Richie's is going to the South to be like on a march, you know, civil rights march. So the Fonz goes there, but obviously they can't afford to stage an entire march. So it mainly takes place in like this diner where the guy who runs it is like a real racist, and so Fonz walks in with this black dude, and there's a sign that sort of says no blacks, and it ends with Fonzie literally like making some speech, hitting the counter, the sign falls down, and the audience erupts into applause. It's like, okay, no, this is on a lot in a studio in LA. This is not really the team sound. He's not really a racist.
Can we try to find this clip if it's short? I gotta see it. I don't remember this one.
Wow,
it's so good. And the waitress who's there goes, "I've learned a lesson," and she changes her opinion and she quits the job
just like that.
It happens so quickly, and it was such a realistic.
And the whole time,
look at
there
that.
it is. Is that it there?
Whites only.
Whites
let it
only.
rip. Let's hear his speech.
Let's make them signs. Oh, it's not a house. Coming out.
Here we go.
Meanwhile, it's just Arnold.
He's on the way out. He's not going to
See you later, Nick.
Whites only. The sign goes
great.
down.
The sign goes down.
The whole time they still hate Jews.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, Fonzie didn't care about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Fonzie
horrible.
came back, wrote "No Jews" and hung that up.
Boy, they really ran out of ideas.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, it's like I was talking to someone yesterday about the. I mean, obviously, I'm sure you talked about it before. The paedophile episode of Different Strokes.
Oh yeah.
It's just I could not watch it. I could not get through it.
We only watched that one.
Yeah.
That's the only one worth watching.
Oh wow,
It's very sexy.
It's so bad. It's so creepy. And considering it's the guy from WKRP, it's
right.
It's just like.
But it's just the idea that there's like 200 episodes in now, and the writers just think that we're invincible. You know what we should try and solve? Guinea fiddling. We should wipe that out. We've got a platform here, guys.
Yeah, I just want to laugh. I don't want to think this
That was
much.
the era, the 80s and shit was the era of the very special episode.
Right,
And they would
yeah.
call it that.
Yeah.
They would say, this Sunday, a very special episode. And they would handle drug abuse. And it became like it wasn't a sitcom anymore.
But that's what's interesting about the paedophile one is that it starts off with the usual kind of jokes and the audience is laughing, and then it starts to get creepier, and there's still there's still one dude who and claps, and then realizes this is getting really intense now. But it's like they're still trying to laugh and enjoy it, but it's just really sinister when like the old dude takes a kid into a room. It's like, should we be laughing?
That started off, I think, with Norman Lear shows in the 70s. I remember Good Times and All in the Family, too. They would have these episodes that would end, and it wouldn't have the nice music and the applause of the audience. It would end with just the credits going over silence.
Right,
But
yeah.
the TVs were so bad back then, and the white background, you'd hear like, bop, bop, bop. Bob, every time different letters came up, the credits, and it was supposed to leave you in like this depressed mood.
Wow.
It was horrible.
So bizarre.
They were the worst episodes ever. It's like, oh, and like they'd get a phone call. It's like, what? Hello? Yes? He is? I just got a call. He's dead. Bob, Bob, meh, Bob. Yeah, when they run out of ideas, they have to go to the very special. I guess 6, 12 episodes.
This
whatever.
is another concern. We were worried that we would be dealing if we carried on The Office, our British version. We'd have had like David Brent molesting someone, down the road. So
It would have been kind of funny to watch, though.
Oh, you've got it on the web.
Been a
It's too
right
much.
there.
I cannot. He's just pulled up this paedophile episode, and it really makes me.
It really is.
I still remember there's a moment where he makes them watch a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's kind of the implication that it's like a porno cartoon.
He's just trying to be one of the kids.
Yeah, quack, quack.
Oh, it's really making me. My
It
skin
is
crawl.
uncomfortable.
Because he's such a race traitor.
Oh, Jesus, it's Mark.
Here, so look him over. Maybe we can play a little video game later on.
He's pulling what we call the old Mark Parento.
Yeah.
Look at these He's making them thumb through nudie magazines.
What you looking at?
Yeah.
You think we should look at this one? Of course.
Why are people laughing?
The audience is so unsure.
They're just,
You guys were looking at this, huh? There's nothing wrong with being naked. Especially here, there's nothing to be ashamed of. The point is, Arnold, that there's a good reason for looking at the human body and admiring it.
Yeah.
It's a work of art.
Oh, you've got to switch this off. It makes me. It's so uncomfortable.
It's really uncomfortable.
Not only is it bringing back a lot of memories.
Oh, shit.
You know, guys, you can just have an awful lot of fun with your clothes off.
Oh, my God, this is terrible.
It's so intense.
Well, for instance, they're skinny dipping. I think I got some
Did
pictures
this guy
around
ever
here of
work
a bunch
again?
of us
I know that's.
You guys spent a lot of them.
I mean Gary Coleman.
Here they are, right here.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we are down at the old water hole.
Look at us.
Old Polaroids.
Here's,
You don't have any clothes on either.
hey.
I like the fact that this
You don't think
paedophile, though,
about
is
letting
like,
kids
he's
have
really
all the
thought this
fun,
through.
do
Like,
you?
he's got some nudie magazines, a cartoons, some photos. He's really gone out of way. He's got the kit. He's got the paedophile kit.
He's well prepared.
Yeah, he's really good at it.
Sip.
Uh-oh.
Are they giving him alcohol?
Give him a little booze.
Oh, geez, that's gonna fuck
Michael
his
Jackson
kidney
called
up.
it Jesus
rainy
juice.
day like today, huh? You know, we ought to be playing some games.
Oh, God, this is just creepy. All right.
Please switch it off.
All right,
please.
enough.
Oh, come on. I didn't finish.
Enough.
I didn't finish.
But Arnold's friend doesn't have his shirt off yet. That part
You
comes
know,
later.
the
you
problem
wanna-
with him is he got greedy. He tries. You can't get two at
Two at a
once.
time.
That's
Threesome.
greedy.
I dreamt of a threesome, and I'm not.
Oh, you what the fuck?
Wow.
Kid's 8. He's
My
got a body
concern
like
is that
Holyfield.
paedophiles were at home watching this.
Yeah, and getting off
Yeah.
on it.
Take some
Exactly.
pictures, and we're going to have
He's
another
taking
sip of wine.
pictures
and we're
now,
gonna
really.
Take some more pictures. And
Oh,
give me strike a pose for me there.
This is, he's using all my lines from my house, though.
That's great.
We're going to have some wine, take some pictures. It's going to be
We're just
great.
going to have a great time together this afternoon. Huh?
Oh,
Hey, that's
boy.
great.
Oh, it's gross.
Why don't I be the lion? And
I mean,
you take the
how
pictures,
desperate
Arnold,
was this
okay?
actor that he agreed to do this
I
role?
know.
When that script landed.
Oh, he's right now.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go. Rich, you do
Sorry, I
this?
don't have a tail for you to hang on to.
That's okay. You can just wag your behind.
And the
Audience is still laughing. The audience hasn't figured out what's going on yet.
No.
They're just going, what a lovely guy. He's giving them some wine, free. You know, wine's expensive, but he's bought them magazines. What a dude.
he took the
He's
whites
just a
only
really
sign down.
hospitable. He's a really hospitable host.
What a sick fucking show.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That is awful. Right with the
So now they're jumping on a couch.
Hey.
Sorry we had to
please.
leave without saying goodbye, Curly. We looked out the peephole and saw it was my dad.
He doesn't even suspect that you were here.
You know, I feel funny about all this sneaking around.
Oh, don't worry
Arnold,
about
it's
it.
not sneaking around. We're just simply trying to keep me out of trouble for giving you guys all these little treats after school. That's my man, huh? All right, fellas, and away we go.
Doing Gleason
okay,
jokes?
guys, here it is. It's a showtime and a pie time. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Curly's Cartoon Cavalcade.
Oh, this is where he showed them the pornographic cartoons.
Check him out.
And then Arnold just did a crazy look as he saw
He's
them.
just lost his pants. Curly, this is an X-rated cartoon.
Where did he get X-rated cartoons?
No.
It's not.
I'll tell you the website.
Video store?
This is like pre the web as well.
Yeah.
You know, like nowadays, if you're a paedophile, you can get X-rated kiddie fiddling cartoons. Any,
He
don't
really
matter
had to hunt that shit down. And
yeah.
It's true. Like, I mean, that actor, like, who the fuck? Because that ruins careers.
Of course it does.
That ruins fucking.
The next day after that aired, did he leave the house?
Hey, did you see me
Yeah.
last night on the episode? I was good, wasn't I?
There was a guy that was on Mary Tyler Moore. He was a regular, and then he did a pedophile fucking movie, like a kids, after school special.
Yeah.
He never fucking worked again.
That was it.
He was done. It was done.
Yeah, it's a bad agent.
You got a
Bad agent right there.
Oh,
now,
I feel really unclean now.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
it's
Like
horrible.
I'm looking at it, just feels like I'm just thinking one of you might be.
Yeah. Well, look who came up with it really fast.
Yeah.
He
Danny
really
now,
goes
Gilbert.
they
straight to that.
now they start pointing
That was
fingers at
his
each other.
favorites.
With this show, it has to be.
Yeah. I want to. I know you've been asked a lot, but you ever do that with children? No. You. The Ricky Gervais on the Golden Globes.
Right.
What's the real story there? And I think it's what Ricky said. Like, everybody had a great time with it, but the news. Why would they try to make it seem like a lot of people were upset?
Why
about this?
why would the news want to make it seem like there was a story? Let's just
had-
sit and think about that one for a
I
moment.
just said something really stupid.
Jeez, what are you, fucking me?
Yes, no, I think the story is that everyone was really offended and that, like, he was off air for an hour because he was being told off. I was back there with him. No one came back. In fact, they were rude. They didn't even come back and say hi. But they certainly didn't come back and tell him off. Were people offended? I don't know, maybe. They seemed to be laughing as much as they were oohing and eyeing. I don't know. It seems like it's someone's manufactured a story out of
Yeah,
this.
because it was,
which is good for Ricky.
The only reason I watched it, it was coming on, and I said I want to see this because Ricky Gervais is hosting it. That's the only reason I'm watching. Who gives a shit about the Golden Globes? And that's why I watched it. And then to see like all the flack the next day, it's like, but that's what you're getting. Do you know Ricky Gervais?
But I don't. Also, I really genuinely don't think Bruce Willis is offended if you make a joke about it. He's Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I don't think.
He made Die Hard. That's enough. It's like this is the thing. I just don't buy this idea that everyone's devastated and weeping into their coffee the next day. I just don't buy it. You know, they're movie stars. They're millionaires. They've won the lottery of life.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. Yeah, they fucking win the lottery. Now they're giving themselves awards for winning the fucking lottery.
Yeah.
You know, enough already. When I was a writer on the Oscars for Chris, okay?
Jesus.
It was
that would be Chris Rock, Steve.
It was a lose-lose situation.
I thought it was like a party, an Oscar party.
No, but it was a lose-lose in my opinion, because if he wasn't edgy enough, then his fans are going, oh, look, he watered it down, you know, and if he was too watered down, then it's not right. You know, if you're going to get him, that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay? So deal with it.
That's why Ricky Gervais
That's what Ricky decided to do.
He did such a good job because he went after people. It was funny. It was genuinely fun. And people are saying they haven't watched an award show and actually laughed at the host in years.
Right. And it's funny in a way that that he not only is he the one that people are talking about after the event, none of the award winners, but normally as well, the Golden Globes is normally the conversation's dead after people have dissected their dresses. They're still talking about it like a week later, you know. So surely it's good for the Globe.
I had a two winner parlay on the Golden Globes.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a gambling bet. Not a good one?
No, not a good anything. That was
okay.
That
So
wasn't
I'm fucking eight for
390% or whatever the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah, they're fucking Golden Globes anyhow. You know, what the fuck? No one you're right.
This is also this is the weirdest thing for me. We did the show Extras, we talked about it earlier. That was a show that seemed to be trying to skewer celebrity, trying to laugh at the kind of, you know, much as I love movies, I love movie stars, I've worked with people in movies myself, I enjoy the process of it. But, you know, we were sort of laughing at the people who take themselves too seriously, the pomposity, the arrogance, the ego. They gave us a Golden Globe for that show. You know what I mean? That's what's weird.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you obviously identified with what we were doing.
Right, and now we come on the show and he does it. And
because that's real.
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name. It doesn't even matter. But he was doing this public announcement, you know, whatever you do about racism, and you know, we all got to get along, and he was gay and the whole thing. And then I saw one night at a comedy club cracking up at one of the most racist comics up there, sitting there. You know what I mean? So it's just complete fucking hypocrisy coming out of their fucking.
Well, a lot of people are full of shit.
They are. That's the word.
But you know, bear in mind as well, though, we're bad mouthing like the stars and stuff like they've been. I don't think they are.
I don't think they were either.
I don't think they
are. Publicists.
Right. So I don't know who it is. I think also, you know, this is the nature of Twitter and online now, is you can generate a story.
Make up news.
Yeah. Apparently Piers Morgan, someone just told me Piers Morgan apparently claims to have generated the "Where did Ricky go for an hour?" story. Probably because he knows Ricky's on his show tonight.
Very smart. Speaking of Ricky, too, he's going to make a cameo in the American Office. What can you tell us about that?
I don't want to give anything away.
I know. but it's our job to at least try a little. It's going to be pretty exciting.
I'm just going to go silent and make a kind of awkward silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's very excited, though. Very excited that he's doing a little cameo.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do anything to destroy the character or anything.
He touches Michael Scott inappropriately.
That's good. He takes his shirt off and he actually rides on Ricky's back.
Yeah.
When you say everybody's excited, what do you mean? Like the whole country?
Dude,
like I mean,
fuck yeah, man.
I mean, are you saying like
people that know
it's
funny,
almost,
Rich?
I don't know how
Did
many
you watch
people
The British
about
Office?
Yeah, I have it at home.
No, you
didn't
have
watch
it at home. You
I know.
didn't
one of the greatest shows ever
listen to
produced.
me. I'm not going to lie. Fucking Extras was one of my favorite shows. Then we started watching The Office. My wife bought it. But my hearing, I couldn't keep up with it. I'm not going to. I couldn't
keep up with it.
Subtitles.
I couldn't keep up.
You got a new TV where they do the subtitles for you?
No, I just was trying to listen. We have it. All I know is just two of my favorite shows are from England.
If you don't understand, you can put the English subtitles on.
on the DVD.
On the DVD.
Oh, no, when I get home tonight, I'll start it then. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He's our Carl, I'm telling you.
People
listen,
say, "Oh,
we got to
Rich,
send him around the
you've
world."
achieved your goals."
Listen, the other show from England is the one where the guy was a radio host and then he went and
Alan
fucking bought an
Partridge.
inn. I watched 3 or 4 episodes. I couldn't fucking stop laughing.
That has nothing to do with him.
I'm just saying the show. It doesn't matter. You can really.
You're basically saying
you're saying the pedophile thing has something to do
But you're
with it.
basically saying the show that you
Just 'cause
helped
it came out of
create-
England.
helped create. I haven't seen yet. and
No,
I
I haven't. I couldn't.
You
like
can't
we're getting
understand
credit
it.
for Mission Impossible because it was made in the United States.
I said, who brought up extras first here? Me. I brought it up
Guys,
first.
let's not fight. Yeah, let's not squabble.
That's
true.
all
Let's
we
just,
did.
let's
No,
hug.
fuck them. Listen to me.
You want to see something, Stephen? Describe one episode of Extras to Stephen Merchant.
Okay, I'll describe
one lousy episode. Go ahead.
where
And he'll give
Ricky's
you-
character,
and he'll give
where
you a
Ricky's
grade.
character was struggling as an actor. He finally hits and gets shit going for him, and he dumps his best friend, and then he realizes in life that friendship means more than fucking the dumb entertainment business.
Oh my God, you're right. That was an episode, and we are as moralizing as different
That
strokes.
was a special episode. You just described a very special episode of Extras.
Oh, Jesus. I get to take 3 words off of that list.
That's a long list. Told Rich, you got to make a book out of that.
Yeah, no, that was an episode. Yeah, that was an episode.
Very
I mean,
special. Had a little bit of.
wow, I didn't realize it was that
morality to
facile. The show.
I know, right? The way
Wow, it's
Paul
like a
just
kids program.
described it.
Unbelievable. So what are we promoting today, Stephen? What's the
Well,
big
we
plug?
talked about
everything.
the 2 Carl shows. There's one on Science Channel on Saturday. That's where we send it around the world. There's one on Friday nights on HBO. That's the animated thing. We should mention Hall Pass, this movie I did with Owen Wilson. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if it's any good,
wow.
but it's coming out in February. And
Is it
there's
better-
probably some other stuff.
Is it better than the Fockers movie? The Fuckers movie?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, good.
See?
See, I thought Meet the Parents was great. I thought the
I
first
loved
one was
Meet
Yeah,
the
the first one
Parents.
was really good. And then again, just getting greedy and keep it going. And
Ocean's 18. Did you see Winter's Bone?
Winter's Bone?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Is that a porno?
It's great. No, it's a fucking great movie.
You've been saying Winter's Bone, and it's actually Winter's Bone?
Winters, like the
You said
fucking
Winners.
Winters. Winter's Bone.
I've heard it's really good.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
And they, they're like,
try to sound cultured.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
you know
no.
the culture I have? I've been all over. I performed in England, fucking Holland, Scotland. I'm all over. Hong Kong. Fucking big act. I was big fucking 4 years ago. 4 years ago when I was peaking, man, let me fucking tell you something.
We all had our peak.
Oh, fuck, man. Let me tell you, when I'm... Oh. It was so good. Buying
There is
shit.
real anger in your eyes
Everyone's
now.
bitter in this room. Everyone's bitter.
Yeah.
Do you know John Feely, comedian in England?
No, I don't know.
He owes me $300. If you know it.
You know, Stephen did stand-up. That's how I met Ricky, too.
Did you do stand-up?
I do stand-up, but I didn't
Do you
mean
still
that way.
do it as much?
Yeah, I went back to it. I stopped it for a while. It's hard stand-up,
Oh,
isn't
I
it?
did that fucking Jongleurs in
Oh,
Camden.
that's a brutal place.
But, I'm over there. So they put, I'm the fucking American on the show. All right, I got one strike against me. And they put on some American open micer right before me. And now our next American,
Oh,
it
so
was
now it's
fucking,
like,
and this room, it's, I think, Camden or something, jungle. It's like a fucking knife fight to begin
Yeah.
with. All right?
Yeah.
It was a knife fight. I mean,
No, those places are brutal. It's people who've just come in, they're all bearded up before they even start.
Yeah.
You know, it's like bachelor parties and stuff.
Yeah.
And the people who
Yeah.
run them aren't even, I don't think they care about the comedy. It's
No.
just, half the people there don't even want to be there.
it's a fucking...
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds
we
like
did
a
that-
great place.
Horrific.
We did that show over there called The World Stands Up, though, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
the comedy
the TV
specials
show,
in
yeah.
England. That was fun. The audiences were great. It was in a nice theater and stuff. But some of them, and they looked at also too, and I didn't realize this. In England, the comics look down on comedians that sell CDs and DVDs after shows or something. Like I was out there after one of my shows.
We look down on you here too. The audience looks like, ugh.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
but you weren't selling your own CDs and DVDs.
Maybe that's
Just some that you brought over that you want to get rid of. The Office. I can't understand this crap. You want to buy it?
All bootleg copies of everyone else's work.
Yeah, I
got
just
a
picked
bootleg-
off the TV.
Yeah, I got a bootleg
It's
True
a VHS of different strokes.
Carol Channing.
Oh, have we run out of steam, guys? I feel like your energy's waned.
No,
it's time to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, it is? Okay.
2 years ago.
That's what we're trying to tell you when you got in here.
So we're just filling now,
We just
are we?
punch clock.
We're just filling up the next couple of minutes before you have to go off
Fill
air.
it up, fill her up.
Okay.
We just filled for the last 4 hours.
That's what we care about. Yeah, the whole show is filler.
Yeah.
I get
Really,
it.
when
Okay.
you think about it.
Is anyone listening to this?
Nah, probably not.
What kind of audiences are you getting?
Well,
No one tells you?
Like that old guy that had the black kid on his
What's
back.
that? No, people
About
people that don't read ingredients on food. Okay, just a bunch of fucking
Oh,
hemoglobins.
talking about the, our
the
audience.
bigums.
We've been out and met our audience. They're
Scum?
for the most part huge.
Right.
Big. They don't take care of themselves physically very well. The guys don't have girlfriends. The girls don't have boyfriends.
Yeah.
Actually, the girl doesn't have a boyfriend.
Their parents drop them off at the events.
Yeah. It's real. It really
they have
is
too many
awful.
DUIs under their belt.
But they are whizzes on the computer.
They sure
If you
are.
give
Yeah.
them your password, they will fucking just.
They hate to a point you don't even realize they're fans.
No,
They're
but
brilliant at it. They're brilliant at their hating.
The real true comedy fans that come out to the clubs really know. They're really good fans. Though. The
Right.
fucking ones that are like the ones that'll come next week to
Don't
see
get
me.
maudlin
The
about
ones
them.
that'll see me in Boca at the Funky Buddha,
Oh,
or
good.
this
Plug.
weekend in
You snuck a plug
Harrisburg
in.
at the Comedy Zone.
See
The
what he
ones
did
that'll
there?
see me in Harrisburg are fucking great. Okay.
See what
Those
he
are
did
my
there?
favorites. The guy when I was in I was in Rhode Island over the weekend. And let me tell you,
my
I can't
God,
tell you how
who
arrogant they
cares?
were about the Patriots. No, I was fighting two guys in the audience. I made a joke. I walked on stage saying,
Oh, you did?
saying that Tom Brady broke his ankle or this and that. You know,
That was a joke?
before no, hold on, no, I started. No, listen, Jesus Christ,
Tom Brady brings ankle this and that.
Yeah,
man. You say it.
Let me rephrase. I opened the show, by saying I got bad news because they're big Patriot fans up there. It's football we play here, and they were so arrogant up there about the Patriots. Two guys walked out because I was smashing the Patriots. This is before the game. They fucking said "fuck you," and they walked out.
So we
And
get
then
that part of it, okay?
I don't know where I was going with the story.
Yeah,
filler. This is all
I-
filler.
Okay, so-
Listen,
So there's
We
an
don't
Idiot
really know
Abroad.
this guy.
That's on Science Channel on Saturday.
Yeah, it's
Ricky
Ricky
Gervais
knows how to
Animated
get
Show,
out.
that's on HBO on Fridays. I'm out of here. See ya.
You're gonna be a voice in Portal 2, that video game.
Yeah, I'm a voice in Portal
that's
2
cool.
for any
I love
computer
the first
dudes.
one. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I did
And
that.
I'm looking for the second one.
Yeah.
You were in the first one?
No, I just did the voice for the second one.
Okay,
Yeah,
see?
the voice of a robot that guides you around. That is hard work, man. Have you ever done a voice for a computer game?
Yeah, a few of them.
Oh wow, yeah. You spent hours not down there, down here.
You're yelling.
Come
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
You got to yell and yeah. We did a bunch of voices for Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, are you the DJs on there?
No,
we're the assholes.
Is there DJs?
I was like the guy that sells guns and.
Right.
Then I was a cop and
Right.
just funny shit though. You got to yell, "Hey, don't touch me!"
Is this me in the computer?
Oh, is this
game?
you?
Oh, for God's sake. They told me that if I ever turned this flashlight on, I would die. They told me that about everything. I mean, I don't even know why they bothered giving me this stuff if they didn't want me to use it. It's pointless. Mad. I mean, that's the sort of stuff you've got to listen to for hours at a time when you're playing this game. Because I keep saying to them, I said, like, it's not going to get irritating, is it? Like I play a video game and it's fine for the first 10 minutes, and then like when you keep going back to the same level because you can't get through, it's still me again, same
Enough
jokes.
already. Yeah.
I hate those games you can't just hit the save button real
Right.
quick. Like you get past the point and go, save!
Yeah.
That way I don't have to do that again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you've got to pass a checkpoint. Fuck the checkpoint.
Hey, someone's
I'm a big gamer. You play games?
I used to, but then I sort of realised
grew
that
up?
one of the reasons I wasn't getting girls was I was spending too much time playing games.
keep telling yourself
It's
that.
rare that it's.
That might have been a joke.
Oh, there it was. He was biding his time. He wasn't going to let the crack I made earlier go by without revenge. He could have waited for days.
You're sitting in
Don't you
wait.
think I would have drove home in my car thinking, what should I have
Is this
said?
how quick you are when there's a heckler at a club? An hour later, all right, say that again in 40 minutes. I'm going to be back here in a month's time. You come back and you say that.
He tells the 10 o'clock show what he would have told the guy at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get out.
That's what I say.
Stephen Merchant, we're all huge fans,
Thank you, man.
Stephen,
Thanks for stopping
absolutely.
by. Say hi to Ricky. I think Ricky's coming on in a few weeks to do
Is
our
he?
show as well. Yeah,
Cool.
but I think we talked over your plug. The Ricky Gervais Show, Fridays at 9 on HBO, and Carl's show on the Science Channel is.
It looks fucking
Yeah,
hysterical.
An
man.
Idiot Abroad is what it's called.
And when is it on?
Saturdays.
This weekend?
Yeah, I think
Is
it
the
starts
first
this weekend.
episode?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got to fucking DVR that.
We could do the
Yeah.
American version. We steal everything from over there anyhow.
Yeah, and go way too long with it.
There's only 7 wonders, though. That's the problem.
I'll make 10.
Yeah, you can't come up
He's
with
gonna be
another
building
wonder.
some. Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you. And Rich,
you.
you got your plugs in,
thanks
I
so
do
much.
believe.
Yes,
so.
yeah. The Harrisburg this weekend and
The
Funky Buddha
Comedy
Tuesday.
Zone Harrisburg this weekend. All right, there you go.
And
See
nice
you guys
golf
tomorrow.
courses.